I don't care. I want no light. And he's running, and I start running faster and faster, and he's like way behind, and I'm running, and I complete 5 kilometers and come back. I'm like, I'm done.
Why not put a time in your calendar? Probably block your calendar, how you block meetings schedules for your office meetings.
In school, of course, I was an athlete. I was a long distance runner. I've been a trekker also in school, and I used to do hurdles also. We need to be the focus of ourselves. We need to be the most important people in our own lives.
Strength workouts are usually the most neglected types of workouts, especially for an endurance athlete. So, today, to help you understand and learn more about strength workouts, its relationship with longevity, we have a very special guest by the name of Shivani Kumra. Shivani Kumra is an athlete from over 18 years. She's a working mother, she's a working professional. She has a routine that is enviable to most people. She travels 8 to 10 days in a month for her sales job. Despite that, she continues to lift heavy and run long. So today's episode will be a ready reckoner for anyone who's looking to start their strength and conditioning journey, and will also help you to discover the love of lifting weights. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. Shivani Kumra, everyone. Hi, Shivani. Welcome to the show. It is so nice to have you with us.
Hi, Nishant. Thank you so much for having me over. And thank you for inviting me for this exciting podcast of yours.
I was just telling the audience how you are breaking the stereotypes and creating a name for yourself by helping other women out through your own fitness journey, through your strength and conditioning journey. It is so inspiring to see some of your videos, just hanging by the bar like it is nothing. I remember you had a broken arm, it was injured arm, and yet we saw you working out and continuing your runs as well. It is so inspiring. uh, Before we get into all of that, a quick introduction. Just introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you, your family, and a little bit about your childhood.
Okay, so I'm Shivani, as everybody knows, and I'm a corporate professional. I work full-time job for the last 15 odd years in the fragrance industry. And just a bit about my qualifications: I'm a postgrad in MBA from a very premium institute called NMIMS, which is in Mumbai itself. I have a family in Mumbai. I'm married. I have a son who's 7 years old. I have my parents and my sister pretty much around. I have a brother who lives in Canada, and my childhood, I'm brought up Lucknow, a beautiful city in UP, and I've done my schooling from a boarding school called Welham Girls High School, and I've been in Bombay for the last 20 odd years, and this is pretty much my life here.
Excellent, excellent. So it seems that you've spent a lot of chunk of your life in Bombay, and I think a beautiful place for anyone looking to pursue not just their fitness journey, but financial profession in creative art, music, culture. So excellent. I think and fitness and running also are one of the pillars of Bombay. Take us back to the moment when you fell in love with the process of fitness. What were those? Maybe if you recollect any of the moments when exact moment that, damn, this is good, I should do more of it. Any incidences that come to your mind?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I remember my first day. So I've been an athlete in school. To be honest, I was a very active child as well. Comes from my mother a lot, because my mother's a retired CBI officer. So being from the police forces, she always inculcated this culture for the two girls that she brought up. In a state like UP, to be very very empowered, very independent, and we were swimming. We were in athletics. We used to run. I was part of my school badminton team as well. I played badminton till about the district level in college as well. And so it's not like I've just started suddenly. It's been a journey for me, or you can say ingrained in my DNA since I was a child. And of course, it's not, the gym part came to me a couple of years much later. I wish I would have been much earlier, but I started my second year MBA. I was always this very thin, delicate looking girl. I didn't want to be looking like, I don't know, just it just occurred to me that I don't want to look like this anymore. I'm always petite. That's the way I look. Also, if you compare it to me to my sibling, my sister, she's much taller. She has a wider structure, and I'm much thinner to look at. So I didn't want to look like that, and I want to give a very strong image about myself. And this one fine day, I just said, okay, I'll go join a gym, and I'll just join a gym because I don't know, it just struck like I said, it was like a revelation. And the first day I entered the gym,
This was which year, and how did
this
you
was
like? Did some which
this was
year was this?
2008, my second year
Wow. Okay.
MBA.
And did someone like pull you to the gym or inspire you to join the gym?
No, not really.
Hmm.
Uh, Interestingly, I didn't know anybody around me who used to work out or gymmed, which is quite funnily, and I don't know what got into me. So Gold's Gym. I'm sure. I mean, everybody probably their first gym would be the Talwarkars or the Golds, and Golds was my first gym, which is very close by to home. And after my college sessions, my classes, I would carry a small bag with me, and this is the first time I entered the gym. And the trainer was taking me around, saying this is the cardio section, which is a very regular thing. They would take all the women there first and then go to the training section. And I was like, wait a minute, what is this weight training section? And he said, yeah. And I saw only guys out there, and I was like, I was so intrigued by it, and I said, this is what I want to do. And yeah, there's been no looking back since then. This was around, I think,
Wow.
March or April 2008. And I remember I used to come back from my gym sessions and meet my friends. So a lot of my college mates were boys, and they would crack really funny jokes about me going to the gym and saying, oh, look at you, you got your muscle growing so much. And I mean, they would actually do this, huh? I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
So, and these are like typical North Indian boys who are not used to women into something like this. So it was very, it's like, it was different. It was shocking for them probably, or not something they would accept very easily. And yeah, I mean, but that's where I started.
Excellent, excellent. So on behalf of the North Indian boys, I being from Chandigarh, no offense taken, and apologies from their end as well if they were mean to you.
No, they
I
were good
in
friends.
fact I invite
I'm sure they did.
I invite him to probably compete with you and lift the same weight. You will beat them twice X for sure. All right, so moving on. So this year, this particular season is dedicated to longevity. So longevity is essentially a science of living longer while living a healthier life. And throughout the season, I've had speakers talk about various facets or pillars of longevity. One is let's say aerobic workouts, anaerobic workouts, sleep, nutrition, hydration, your strength and conditioning, recovery, purpose in life, and socializing. And you bring in a new perspective to the entire conversation, which is around strength or anaerobic workouts. So let's dig deeper into your strength workouts. How there are so many myths around lifting weights for women. uh, People say that if you go to the gym you'll start looking wider or bulkier, and women do not generally go to the lifting section itself. They would focus only on Zumba, yoga, and other sides of it. So anyone who's listening, especially women, what message would you like to give them, and how do they get started? What are the benefits of a strength workout? Why should women get into strength workouts in the first place?
Okay, I mean, as simple as that. I mean, not only for women but men also. Our bodies are made of tissues, muscles, which makes most of our body. I mean, the skin and everything is, and this we when we start aging, we start losing the muscles of our body, and hence you'll see people, and men and women both, again, they become thinner. Also, you stoop a little more. And women also go through osteoporosis, which is also one of the challenges you start facing. There are a lot of ailments that you start facing. If your bones or your body is not fully functional, covered with good amount of muscles, you lose all of this, and that means you also lose strength, the ability to move For me, it's as sustainable as movement. So, I mean, for me, it's not like you start hitting the gym, you immediately become wider. Trust me, ask people like me who go to the gym and work out and work their asses off. It's a lot of hard work to put on that muscle to look a little certain way and become wider. It doesn't come with magic. It's a different objective and different types of workouts that make you look in a certain way. And of course, if women start lifting, doesn't mean that they start becoming bulkier immediately. uh, it's a joke, it's a myth, honestly speaking. They gain more strengths, as simple as just bending down to pick up some stuff. This is what my objective is. When I'm 60, I want to be able to do things by myself. I do not need any help around. I don't need somebody to carry my groceries also for me, climb up the attic and take out a bag for myself. This is what I would like to do by myself, and I feel that strength training is going to help me to move continuously until I die.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's double click on this and understand the process itself. So if a woman who's somewhat active does some kind of workout, it could be a walk, it could be some kind of floor exercise or yoga. What should be the first couple of steps for a absolute beginner, absolute newbie to get started with their strength workout?
I mean, for me, it is like, okay, any kind of movement is absolutely welcomed. I do not say that, okay, go lift weights only or go only do yoga. There is no right or wrong. It depends on individuals, what they enjoy, what they like to do. Like I come across a lot of people who tell me that I can't work out in a gym because it's closed. It's a closed area, and I don't understand why people want to be there. And I like to work out in the open. Okay, great. You go out, work out in the open. Some people say, I don't want to do gym weight training. I want to do a sport. Please do a sport. So any kind of movement for me is great as far as it's an activity that you're doing. When you're starting in the beginning, for me, for a beginner, a couple of things. You need to be very well versed of what your body is capable of. And it could be either you read through, you study, you see proper videos, or follow somebody who you think is doing the right technique, or have a trainer with you. Because sometimes what happens is we go to the gym or we go to an activity, and I listen to my friends all the time. They talk about, like, oh, I did kickboxing and now I've injured my knee. It happened, and I'm telling myself, like, telling that I'm thinking to myself, like, firstly, what made you go into kickboxing? Was there an objective? Secondly, were you watching your techniques? Was somebody watching you, or was it because you just wanted to, like, do it? And also, very importantly, when you start, you have to start with a warm up. A lot of people do not do a warm up, and a warm up doesn't mean just movements around and 5 minutes of warm up and chale guys. So I actually spend time. I See, I take 15 to 20 minutes for my warm up. I'm not saying that everybody needs to do a 15 to 20 minutes warm up, but do a warm up which is a little more serious, which adds value, so that when you're lifting or you're doing that particular motion or that particular exercise today, it aids and ensures that you do not get injured. And also at the same time, when you're done with your workout, whatever activity you do a cool down. It could, and it has to be at least a 5-7 minutes of good stretch of all your body parts and a proper cool down. Because when we skip these first two aspects, the one that you do in the middle, of course it'll add value to you, but at the end of the day you'll also get injured, and you do not realize it. You don't realize it immediately. It takes a long time, and I've been through it. I've learned my lessons while during my fitness journeys. Hence I can say sure out of experience. So one must just follow these 2-3 steps, and I think you just land wherever you want to go.
Okay. Can you speak about your routine on specific warm up and cool down routines? What are the specific things that you do in those 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes? anything that the audience can emulate in their own workout
Yeah,
regimes?
sure. I mean, I do, of course, I've posted a lot of my warm ups and cool downs in my videos also on my handle. And, I mean, just to give you some tips, I always start with neck rotations, arm rotations, front and back. Because when I start my warm up, it targets every joint in my body. Starting from my neck to my shoulders to my wrists, to my the back, to my hips, to my knees, to my ankles. I target every joint as a warm up, and these are rotations, simple rotations that can be done when you do a warm up. So it take and don't rush it. Do it slowly. Don't because also you can get injured while doing your warm up as well if you don't rush it. Because for me, I start my day in the morning, and when you're sleeping, your body's stiff. When you wake up, it takes time for your body to open up, and hence, if you do these warm ups, it also helps you to open up your entire body when you start working out.
Understood, understood. And are these any different for your cool downs? When you're doing your cool downs, are there any specific exercises that you do for your cool
Yeah,
down?
of course. So for my cool downs, it's mostly a lot more stretches. I stretch every part of my body, like I said, including my hands, my back, my neck, like this around, my legs, my thighs, my ankles also. So all those body parts that I've done rotations for. See, when you do a warm up, for me, there are more movements, slow movements. However, for a cool down, it's more stretches. So it's a more still way of keeping your body more still, and at the same time stretching it, and that's a cool down for me.
Understood, understood. So I'll just quickly summarize for the absolute beginner, how can they start on their journey. So as per Shivani, if you're an absolute beginner, if you're looking to start your strength and conditioning journey, number one is probably join a gym or start the movement itself, join a group, join a gym. Number two is probably enroll with a coach to learn the basics, the biomechanics of the body, right movement, right exercises. Number three is always start your workout with a good 10 to 15 minutes of warm up, head to toe rotations, warming up your body, getting into the groove of movement and exercise. And similarly, when you finish your workout, also end it with at least 5 to 10 minutes of full body active mobility and rotations. Uh, Building this kind of a routine of having a warm up, main workout, cool down, and then learning the right moments can help you to start your strength and conditioning journey. Anything that I missed out in the process? All right. So Shivani, uh, a lot of people will right after this, this particular segment that we discussed, will come back and say that it's fine for her because Shivani has been passionate about it from 17, 18 years. Don't talk to us, Nishant, about motivation. You've been running for 18, 19 years yourself and doing all kinds of things. I don't have time. I don't have the resources. I don't have a gym next to me. My travel schedules take up a lot of time. I have to work at my office. And let me tell the audience that you are also a mother to a 7-year-old kid. You have a full family. You have a growing professional career. You have an office time and everything. You manage everything. And yet you take out time for your workouts and creating content at the same time. Any message, any thoughts that you have around people who might be finding life slightly overwhelming? How do they sort of overcome this particular side of it?
Okay, I mean, see, for me, like I said, I mean, fitness is a lifestyle for me. It's part of my routine, and also, I know. I mean, yes, time is always a constraint. It's for me as well. I mean, I start my day by like 6:30 in the morning, hit the gym either by 7 o'clock. My son goes to school almost at the same time. I have help. I'm not going to deny that. I have house help to help my kid get ready. At least go to school, like go to the bus. So I skip those. So see, there is always opportunity cost. I would say it like that. You need to prioritize what's important to you. For me, I've always, and this is something very important, and especially to women, we do not realize that we need to be the focus of ourselves. We need to be the most important people in our own lives, apart from family, work, husband, child, everybody else, friends. If you start centering yourself as the most important person, you will start investing in yourself. Even if 30 minutes you can take out for yourself, and I'm sure a lot of us, instead of watching TV, so okay,
Yeah.
I, like I said, an opportunity cost, small things. I do not spend
Yeah.
time watching a lot of TV. I'm not extremely active social. I am social, but I have a deadline when I catch up with friends also, so I can sleep on time, so I can wake up
Yeah.
early in the morning. If I miss my workouts in the morning, I will come back in the evening from my work, and I drive to my office, which is not close by. It's for 50 minutes from my house, so it's 15 minutes or 15 minutes both ways for me to drive to work. I spend 8 to 9 hours in office. I also tour a lot. I'm in sales. I travel a lot on work. Almost every once in 2 weeks, I'm out of town. Either it's 3 days or it's 10 days, depending on where I'm going. I'm traveling just about next week for the next 10 days, so I'm always on the move. But my schedule remains the same. What I eat, what I work out, what I do, I do not. And when you stick to a routine, it becomes part of you, and uh, I think, and then it becomes a habit. So it's very difficult to change it. It's like brushing your teeth, as simple as that. You brush your teeth every day, yeah, every day, right? Everybody does it. It work out for me. So I mean, I don't. I'll eat, and the same thing I'll work out. So for me, it's it. I mean, so that's what I would say. I mean, I'm not saying people give excuses. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they can't. But I'm sure in a week of 7 days, you can take out 3 days of even 30 minutes minimum for yourself. You need to be selfish.
No, no,
I'm
absolutely.
using the word selfish because we're not selfish. We like try to please everybody around, and we're not happy at the end of the day. And trust me, we being women, we're doing multitasking more than men do, and you need to be more stronger to do it. You need to be physically, mentally more active, and if you work out, you exercise, you will be doing that for yourself.
Absolutely. I think very well put, Shivani. I what I could gather is you need to be selfish around your workout, and selfish doesn't mean that you're not going to do other things for other people and other parts of your life. I think it's about how I see is that you have a non-negotiable 1 hour, 1.5 hour, whatever it takes, and wherever you are, I think if you fix your time, like most people have a time to sleep, or they have a specific time for having breakfast, lunch, dinner. Why not put a time in your calendar? Probably block your calendar how you block meetings schedules for your office meetings. 1 hour in the morning or 1 hour in the evening can help you to build that routine. uh, Specifically for women such as yourself who has been managing things and also travel for work. uh, I think this is very inspiring for anyone who's listening today, that despite a hectic job, despite having a schedule which is not very conducive to your regular fitness routines, still being able to do that. I think people who are watching or listening today should draw inspiration from that. I call this the concept itself as micro sacrifices. Micro sacrifices mean that, probably sleeping an hour early instead of watching Netflix or something else, or skipping your social outings. You do that, but let's have a start and stop time. I'm always super happy when I am invited for a lunch rather than a dinner, because then dinner dinner parties tend to screw up your next day also, right? Because by the time you come back, finish, it's already way past your bedtime. That circadian rhythm kind of gets disrupted. So super happy whenever there is a brunch or a lunch. I'm like, okay, fine, by 7 I'll be home and I'll be able to sleep by maybe 10:30. Awesome. So moving to the related topic, which is around sleep and diet. Now you travel a lot, and you continue to maintain your muscle mass and your workout routine also, what are some of your protocols or rituals around diet and sleep? How much do you typically sleep, and what do you do when you're traveling?
So when I'm traveling, also I sleep around 8 hours.
Okay.
Or I mean,
Luxury, that is.
it is. It's 7 to 8 hours. I told you I have a I have a cutoff when it comes to socializing. Also in the evenings, I travel. I meet people. I go out for dinners. I'm socially quite active. I'm not a bed blanket. I would say that I'm going to say that. So of course, but then I do have a cutoff, and so sleep is very important for me. In fact, I feel like when I'm slept well, I am the happiest person, and I'm also there's a lot of energy also, and also I believe that people tend to lack of sleep causes stress, anxiety, and also a lot of people put on weight because of that. Your metabolism slows down also, so it has a lot of benefits. So for me, I've always been a lover of sleep, so very important. Diet wise, I'm a bit of a, I mean, how would I say it? I wouldn't say a control freak, but
Are you vegetarian, non-vegetarian?
I'm a non-vegetarian and I love eating everything. I'm a North Indian, Punjabi, so I mean, I enjoy all sorts of foods. My winters are my sarson ka saag, my gajar ka halwa. I do all the North Indian stuff. I like my aloo ka parathas. I like all my stuffed parathas. So my mother's a vegetarian as a kid again. So these are again habits that I've inculcated as part of my DNA. My mother was a vegetarian, a strict vegetarian. So we grew up with her around eating a lot more vegetables and fruits. While my father was a non-vegetarian, so I grew up eating a lot of meat around. So that way I'm very versatile and I can survive in any country. I can eat anything. Whatever is available, so I'm very versatile eater. But and like I said again, when I travel, I eat everything, but I balance it out. So if I'm having meat, I will make sure I'll have a lot of big portion of vegetables with it. I'll have my breakfast with fruits. And I do not eat a lot of processed food, to be honest. I don't enjoy chips and all the packaged food. I don't know. I do not enjoy it, and I personally do not like it. If I have to snack, I'll snack on moongfali, peanuts, and nuts like almonds and kajus. So I'm more of that kind of a guy. If I want to snack while coming back from work, I actually take an apple with me. So I eat an apple. I have 2 to 3 portions of fruits every day. I am, again, this doesn't come consciously to me, it just comes subconsciously to me because of my eating habits have been like this since I was a kid, and somehow I've been maintaining it always. So no matter where I travel, I'm probably eating the same food.
Understood. And take us through your additional dietary supplements that you might be taking, your vitamins and all of that. What do you typically have it, and when do you have it during the day?
Okay, so during my workouts, I have my intra workouts, which is normally BCAA. See, a lot of people have this thing about BCAA may not work. For me, it makes the water taste nice. So that's one of the key reasons, and I like a little sweetness in the morning because I start my workouts empty stomach, because I wake up early and I run immediately after half an hour to the gym. And again, it depends. Like there are days when I'm bulking up, I eat sweet potatoes before I work out. But when I'm not bulking up, I'm just going on regular workouts with just maintaining my lean structure and muscularity. I do not eat anything. So I have the intra workouts and they help me out. I have creatine also I consume for my workout during my workouts. To be I'll be honest, creatine I started a year back. Not before that. A friend of mine suggested, who's a trainer, who's a fitness trainer, and said it probably help you because you're somebody who already has defined muscles and will help make it more defined. And I thought, and it really added value to me. I think it gives me an extra boost pump when I work out, so I can lift more, and because I enjoy lifting a lot of heavier weights. So I do the creatine part, and post my workouts I have my protein shake. I am lactose intolerant, so I do not have anything to do with lactase in my protein shake. I do not have vegan protein shakes, but I have a hydrolyzed protein shake, any brand. I don't have any preferences as such. And this is my protein shakes. In my Yeah,
Micronutrients,
micronutrients
yeah.
like vitamins.
Vitamins and
Yeah, so I take ZMA before sleeping. I
okay,
do. It's been a couple of weeks that I've stopped it, but glutamine is something I take immediately after my workout. These are glutamine capsules I take,
sure.
and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Any calcium, B12, D3s, fish oils, do you have consumed that as well?
So I have tried fish oils and flax seeds. It doesn't suit me.
Okay.
I get skin rashes, so unfortunately they never worked for me. I was surprised. I don't know why it didn't work, but one of the allergies I have. But I do vitamin D once in a week because again. I lift heavy and we are not exposed to the sun so often, so and as women we tend to lose more vitamins in our body, so vitamin D is something I really do on a regular basis. Yeah, pretty much. I don't do calciums and anything else. Vitamin C sometimes. I have phases where I take vitamin C capsules, then I forget, then I start again. I do get one annual checkup, and especially I think since I turned 30, I started getting these annual checkups done. As a woman, again, it's something I must recommend that we don't take care of ourselves. We rush our when a child is coughing and sneezing, we rush them immediately to the doctor. But when we are coughing and sneezing, we're like steam कर लेंगे हो जाएगा सब कुछ ठीक हो
Yeah,
जाएगा,
yeah.
and we carry on with our lives.
Hmm.
No, it doesn't work like that. For me, I believe in science, and I do a
Hmm.
medical checkup once in a year to just see if everything is okay in my body, my cholesterol levels, everything. Yeah, so it's a full body checkup I do, and yeah, they
Excellent.
all are always good. Yeah, most of the time.
Okay, okay. Let's go back to your sleep schedule. How do you, manage your sleep when you're on these travels? I'm sure uh, a lot of people have certain protocols. Do you have certain protocols like I need to sleep at certain temperatures? I need to have this kind of pillow or that kind of mattress. How do you manage all of this, especially when you're staying in different hotels or guest rooms and your own house is, let's say, 20 days you're in your own house and 10 days in different hotels? Because I do that the same thing, and I can, I understand, what it takes to have a decent sleep also, if not the best sleep.
So I'm a boarding school kid, to be honest, and it makes you tough. To be, I'll be very frank. Makes you very independent, very tough, and also maybe because of the I have a very humble upbringing from my parents. Both are working people and very hard working people, I would say. So no nakras work for us. As girls also absolutely not. Strict mother. So I do not have any kind of preference like that. When I travel, I'm in sales. My father was in sales. I've been in sales all my career, and I travel to different cities, countries, different hotels. You give me a bed and I go to sleep. It doesn't matter what pillow I have, what mattress I have, what temperature I sleep in. It doesn't matter. Of course, I the only thing I have is I feel very hot. I generally tend to feel more hotter than normal that people I know around me. My body temperature is always higher because I'm an athlete. It tends to happen to most athletes. So I need a little cooler room, which is with the AC. I adjusted and I figure it out. But I like my cold baths. But I normally tend to have a bath, a nice bath, before I go to sleep. That kind of calms me down. And very recently, I've started this whole chamomile tea and green tea thing before going to sleep because I'm by myself and it's just a way to chill before I sleep. But otherwise, I don't have any kind of preferences for beds or mattresses. I think it's a luxury or a leisure. I do not. I don't have that kind of like. I don't have that kind of thinking where I need all of that.
Sure, sure. And any typical things that you do maybe an hour, 2 hours before sleeping? Like some people have, like I personally keep my devices away for an hour, 2 hours before I go to sleep and try to just pick up a book and read maybe a few pages to just calm my mind. Do you have any such protocols that you do?
Yeah, so
Or it's like
I
just
mentioned
open
about
phone and
put an alarm and sleep.
No, so okay, this is interesting. I do not sleep in any alarms. It's been many years. I have not put any alarm. Whatever time I have to wake up, I will wake up. Unless I have to catch a flight at 4 in the morning, that's when I would probably put an alarm for because I have a deep sleep. But my regular routine, my body, I'm up by 6:30, no
Wow.
matter what, no matter what.
And you sleep
So
about 10:30.
yeah, 10:30 I go to sleep. Yes, yes. So it's 8 hours. So it's like I'll be up. So no alarm clocks for me. I do not like alarm clocks. I don't like the noise in the morning. I like my room fully dark when I sleep.
Okay.
That's the first thing which I do. I shut all my windows. My curtains are drawn. My husband calls me a vampire a lot of times.
That might be
I don't
another reason
care.
for calling you.
I don't care. I want no light. So when I'm with my husband, he has this habit of putting his iPad on and he's reading because he likes to read before he goes to sleep. And the iPad light is so annoying. So I'll have to like literally tell him to go away or put your device on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I look the other way around and sleep. I just can't. So for me, darkness is very important. I normally take baths before my sleep. I not keeping devices away is very difficult for me when I travel. I'm always on a video call with my son, my family before I go to sleep, so I can say goodnight to them. That I mean that's very important for me because it's I mean that's the time I get to catch up with them because they give me my space. I'm out the whole day. Do not talk to them at all. Very rarely I talk to my son unless he calls me up or something. I appreciate that. I think that's very nice because they respect my job and what I'm doing is important to me and to them as well. And even when I'm out for dinners with my friends, I would probably drop a message saying, "Hey, I'm out with my friends for dinner, or I'm out, and I will call you back." So fortunately, nobody bothers me. So I make it a point to do a video.
They've probably given up by now, so she's not gonna come. So
They know my lifestyle, so it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
accepted, it's nice. And it's also like you know what you're up to. That's a good thing. So that's what I do. So not about devices, but yeah, off lately I very recently past couple of months started this whole green tea or chamomile tea thing. Just calms me down. It's warm water, and then I go to sleep.
Excellent. I think in these days, when people are sleep deprived, most people end up doing revenge sleep by watching back-to-back episodes. If you're able to sleep, I think half your problems as an athlete, as an individual, get solved because when we sleep is the time when our body actually repairs and it grows. If you are doing any kind of workouts and if you're not putting in the 7 to 8, 9 hours of sleep, I think that repair mechanism and that growth does not happen. Probably that's one of the reasons for your success as well, that you take care of your sleep schedules and are also kind of blessed in a way that you can actually go fall asleep in hotels also. Sometimes when I am traveling, being like 6 feet two, I cannot ever travel in trains. I don't even fit. And sometimes in hotels also you don't have like 7 feet beds or 6.5 feet beds. So then it's such a challenge to be able to sleep properly. I also travel a lot, like maybe 10, 12 days a month, and hence I think it's a blessing that you are able to do that and
I'm a small person. I'm very, like I said, I'm a very small package. I can fit anywhere. I mean, I've been on flights where I can just put my feet on top of if it's a very long flight, on top of the seat and I go to sleep. In fact, I catch up a lot of my sleep in flights, or I watch Netflix on flights. So yeah, so I don't watch Netflix in the room.
all right. Excellent. Okay, let's segue to the next part of the conversation, which is your love for running. I've seen you run a few races. You keep putting some workouts around your running stories also here and there. Uh, how did you start running, and what does it help you? How does it help you in your overall fitness journey? Should women take up running?
Yeah, why not? I mean, running is an activity. I mean, Nobody's telling you to run like a like a horse. Just run like at your own pace. It depends on your capabilities, your ability to how you can run. For me, running is a great exercise for your legs. It strengthens your leg muscles. I would always encourage it.
How did you start running? When was the first time you thought, oh, this is something I should try?
So I was like, so in school, of course, I was an athlete. I was a long distance runner. I've been a trekker also in school, and I've done 400 meters race in school. I was one of the good athletes in school. I used to do hurdles also. So I've done so I was very active in school. But cut to Bombay, coming back, there was no running around out here. I started running very recently. That was just about COVID period when gyms were closed, and I was like, shucks, there were no weights also at home because I never had weights at home. I was like, what do I do? What do I do? And we were at my mom's place. Actually, just about maybe a year before COVID, in fact. We were at my mom's place and we were there for a couple of weeks because my house was getting renovated and we couldn't move in on time. Classic carpenters never left our house, and my husband, we used to go for runs, and I was like, wow, should I also do it? And he was like, yeah, why not? And he was like, I use this app. You can use this app, which helps you to manage your how to start running, like in the sense if you're running after years, so how to do a 5 kilometers or go beyond that. So it's like running, stopping, running, walking, whatever. And I was like, really, you need an app for all this? And I said, you know what, one day I said, I'll just come with you for a run. And he said, yeah, sure, do that. And he's like so like concerned about me, and I go running with him and we start. And he's running and I start running faster and faster, and he's like way behind, and I'm running and I complete 5 kilometers and come back. I'm like, I'm done. And he's like just shocked, and he's looking at my face and he's like, I give up. And that was it for me. I was like, oh, I can run, that's great. And that was it for me. There was no looking back. So I started my run. So on a weekend I run normally. I used to run a lot on the weekdays also. So I used to run actually 20 to 30 kilometers a week at one point of time, but I was much leaner, much more skinnier. And 2 years back is when I said, oh, you know what, I don't want to look very, very lean. I want to look more muscular. And again, I play with my body in a year. Sometimes I bulk up. Sometimes I become very thin and lean. And it all depends on how much cardio I put in. So off lately, I'm just doing like 8 to 10 kilometers a week, which is what I enjoy. And I run just sheer out of joy. It's like a time where I'm thinking about the world and what is going on, what my life is and all that stuff. And I listen to music. That's what I do. Yeah.
Running is most certainly, I think, a meditational activity where you're kind of, one with your own body and your mind and your heart and the road. So most certainly, I mean, I do all my meditation. I don't do yoga or meditation. For me, running is a way to sort of meditate. But I have this. This is a very rudimentary question. Uh, runners call running as a sport, like running. We just call it running, or we just call cycling. But people who typically go to gyms and are only gym freaks call running or any other physical cardiovascular exercise as cardio. Why do people call running as cardio? And those cardios typically in a gym do not even last for more than 10-15 minutes. And here we are like running for hours and hours. Is that have you also encountered that, you being a runner?
Uh, so for me, it's always a sport because I do say cardio, but that's because I also train at the same time. But for me, it's always been a sport because I was an athlete in school. So for me, I never disregard it because I had friends who were like who were short distance runners, and they were like sprinters. So I come from from that kind of a background where I've known people, so I respect that as a sport. But yes, I agree that people call it a cardio, and they like and
Funny.
yeah, 10-15 minutes. Okay, I can run on a treadmill for 1 hour even in the gym. So for me, it's a sport, and I can take it up anywhere. It does not matter where. People say, oh, how can you run for 1 hour? It's so boring. to look at this. To I'm like, why you look outside the window? People are walking. You just look around, look at them, and enjoy. Or in my building, in my gym, the gym that is there. So we can see balconies of people. So sometimes I can see people in the balcony doing activities. So I'm just watching them while I'm running or I'm listening to music. So it's like, but it's something which I really enjoy with concentration.
Excellent, excellent. And tell us quickly, how do you maintain your fitness regimen, routines when you're traveling and you're out on tours? How do you manage all of your workouts?
Oh, I'm very strict about it. So, of course, apart from the fact that I miss out if I know early morning flights, which I have to take a lot of times, I can't work out in the morning. But when I land, when I'm done with my meetings in the evening, I try, I mean, unless there's a dinner organized by the client or I'm taking a client out for dinner, then it's unfortunately that day is a miss. So I count that as a rest day, a forced rest day. But normally when if I'm staying overnight, and I a lot of times stay overnight in hotels, even if it's one night, I make it a point to work out the next morning. So I'll wake up at the same time in the morning, I'll go work out in the gym, and then I'll have my breakfast and I'll head. And I always carry my sports shoes, my gym wear, whenever I'm traveling. In fact, there was this one very funny time when I was in Calcutta and I was out for a client meeting, and I realized after coming back to the hotel, I didn't have my gym wear. And I was like, oops, I carried my shoes, but I forgot to carry my gym wear. So I actually told my driver कि मुझे एक मॉल पे लेके जाइए. I went to the store and I bought my gym wear and I came back and I worked out.
Worked out. Excellent. I think this is commitment, right? This is, yeah. But people who do not relate to workouts or do not have strict regimen will never be able to relate to this. But, people like us who are passionate about it, you have to create these opportunities. Unless and until you don't have that desire that, no, this needs to be done, let me carry these workouts, you have to be authentic to your workouts. You have to make those opportunities happen. And sometimes it's not even about the number of hours that you're working around, right? Even a 30 minutes good 20-30 minutes workout in a tight day is more than enough, because then at least you didn't break the routine. And on that day, I think you've won over your mind that I control you and you don't control me. It's so easy otherwise, right? I woke up at 3 o'clock, I had to take a morning flight, and this, I have all the reasons to not work out. But even if you just show up and you don't do anything, just 20-30 minutes here and there, I think that's a win itself.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's about what is important to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. So, moving to the last segment of our discussion, you have a younger sister who is an actor, and she has said this time and again, Ahana, in her interviews, that she gets inspired by you for her fitness journeys and various routines. And I've seen some of your videos as well. You guys work out together sometimes. Uh, how she's inspired by your fitness journey? Do you also get inspired to get into acting, or generally start something of your own and help other people out as well?
So no, in the terms of getting into her journey of like acting, no, acting is not my cup of tea. What she does is very different from what I am. I mean, we're very different people that ways. If I had to add, yes, she does get inspired by my fitness journey. In fact, she was the one who encouraged me to start posting about my fitness journey on Instagram when I had Arjun, my son. And she's a very strong pillar in my life when it comes to she's my sister. She's just a year apart from me, so we have a very strong bond, and we look out for each other. We've always been together, and I mean, in terms of her fitness, because she's an actor, for me it's very important, and for her also, to look very good, look good, feel good about yourself. Also, they have a very rigorous schedule. I mean, she can shoot for days, nights. It's crazy, it's madness. It's not my cup of tea. I definitely can't. You need to have a very strong mental strength to do it, and stamina also, which she honestly has, and I kudos to her how she does it. I can't be up the whole night and having somebody shoot me. I'll be like, good night, I'm going away. I mean, what she does, and for that she needs to be physically fit, because also it will help her with mental strength. And they go through their ups and downs, so it's very important. I definitely have no plans of being an actor, but I definitely get inspired for what she does. She's a self-made person. Her journey is on her own. We have no connections in the industry, so whatever she's done, she's completely on her own. So yeah, and she's very talented, of course, at the same time.
Excellent. I think it runs in your family, from your mother being a CBI officer, your dad being a sales guy, you being a sales guy, your husband being a professional, working professional, uh, and your sister doing so well. I think kudos to the entire family for being able to be a self-made family, so to say. Uh,
All right, thank you. See you.
so
Bye bye.
we've come to the end of our conversation, and before we conclude, I would like to ask you, for anyone who's been watching till now, it's been over 50 minutes, and if somebody is still there, probably they found value in the conversation. What message would you like to give to the audience today, men and women? Why is strength and conditioning important in life, for athletes, non-athletes, and how and why they should start working out?
Okay, for me, it's also so my message would be one is, of course, one is sustainability. When you work out, strength training and conditioning, it'll help you in having a good quality long term life. You move well, you live well. That's the simple mantra that I would say, as simple as that. Apart from that, unfortunately, our world is a little more superficial also. People judge you by the way you look, the way you carry yourself, and I think it's not. I'm not talking about pretty or beautiful. I'm talking about the way you look, you present yourself. When you work out, there's a certain confidence, especially for women, that comes automatically inside of you. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you should be able to say, yeah, I like myself. And that is something which strength training does to you. And your posture, the way you walk, the way you carry your clothes, you wear your clothes. I also feel that, in fact, strength training to a large extent helps you to not increase height, but when you look taller when you stand. I've always been a short person, especially compared to my sister. I'm very tiny, but I don't feel short when I'm around her so much because I feel bigger. And that's the beauty of it. So two things, like I said: move well, live well, for longer sustainability. And the second thing will be the way you carry yourself, the way you look good is so important, and it comes with strength training.
Excellent. What a thought, Shivani. You've been too kind to the audience and to me to answer all these questions and share your 18 years of experience in this last 55 minutes. I think anyone watching today would definitely take so many things back, and hopefully some of them will take up strength and conditioning to not just look good, live well, but at the end of the day, live a longer and happier life. Living a life of strength and self dependence, and being a self made person like you are. Thank you so much once again for doing this. I will be putting your links, social media link at Shivani Kumra Fitness Instagram page in the description as well. People should go ahead and follow her for all the amazing, fitness videos that you put out. You've been doing God's work. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much, Nishant. Pleasure to have me over. Also, thank you. I mean, I really, really appreciate. You've been also very kind. Thank you for inviting me on this.
Thank you so much. Thank you, our audience, if you've been watching this episode on longevity with Shivani. Continue to train, endure, conquer in your life. I'll see you in the next episode.